32 years, one question. When is the Stanley Cup coming home to Canada? In order to break the drought, you have to make the playoffs first. Only twice in the history of the NHL has every Canadian team punched their ticket to the postseason, in 1983 and 1986, when 16 of 21 teams made the playoffs. Right now, 5 of 7 Canadian teams occupy a postseason spot. The last time that happened? The 2016-17 season, just the second time since the Jets returned to Winnipeg that 5 Canadian clubs made the playoffs. The Flames and Habs are the two teams on the outside looking in. Most preseason prognostications had them finishing well out of a playoff spot anyway, so being within striking distance has to be considered an overachievement.
Right now, the Ottawa Senators are playing their best hockey.
They have a lot of talent. This is a team that was ready to take the next step.
The Senators, trying to make the playoffs for the first time since 2016-17, hold the first wildcard spot despite a 3-game losing skid before the break. A healthy Linus Ullmark could help Brady Tkachuk and company finally break through after years of waiting till next season in the nation's capital.
There has been a lot going on with the Canucks this season.
The noise around this team has trickled into the room. I'm sorry, it just has.
Despite more drama than days of our lives, the Canucks sit in the second wildcard spot in the West. Vancouver won 3 straight before the break, and with JT Miller now on Broadway, the new chemistry in the dressing room appears to have translated to the ice. The health of Thatcher Demko and Quinn Hughes will be the biggest concerns for the Canucks when play resumes on Saturday.
Winnipeg Jets, the #1 team in the NHL. An amazing start.
After a record-breaking 15-1 start, the Jets' 81 points are tops in the NHL, thanks in large part to the play of Hart Trophy candidate Connor Hellebuyck. Winnipeg hit the break on an 8-game win streak, the third time they've won 7 in a row this season. Perhaps the biggest question surrounding the Jets: have they peaked too soon? Hockey fans in Manitoba have only seen 1 playoff round win in 7 years and won't accept much more postseason disappointment.
How different the Leafs style is this year compared to the past. They're not the offensive juggernaut that they have been, but they're great defensively.
It's an annual tradition unlike any other in sports. Leafs fans convincing themselves that this year will be different.
Austin Matthews has been red hot lately. He has been scoring at an incredible rate since coming back from injury.
Mitch Marner and William Nylander might be having career years, and maybe, most importantly, Joseph Woll and Anthony Stolarz are providing the best goaltending since the days of Ed Belfour. The bad news? Morgan Rielly hasn't looked right all season. You have no offense from your defense, you lack depth down the middle, and that goalie tandem can't seem to stay healthy for long stretches. And oh yeah, there's Marner's looming free agency hanging over your head, and decades of history and baggage that come with playing in the center of the hockey universe. The spring can't come soon enough for Toronto.
Nuclear duo of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
And when you have those two guys to build around, you're always a contender.
After falling 1 game short last year, what do the Oilers have in store for this spring? Leon Draisaitl leads the league with 40 goals and will be well rested after a 2-week break to make a run at his second Hart Trophy. Despite his lowest point-per-game average since the 2017-18 season, Connor McDavid remains the best player in the world, while Edmonton might have their most balanced roster since number 97 was drafted, which should add Evander Kane at some point this season. But the big question surrounding the Oilers, as usual, is: can they win a Stanley Cup with Stuart Skinner between the pipes? The Edmonton native was excellent at times during their run last year and came within a save of backstopping the Oilers all the way to victory. How Skinner fares in the encore will go a long way in determining Edmonton's fate this spring.